One day, a tragic event befell Yupai Samarin. His beloved wife passed away. This loss plunged him into deep sorrow. To overcome his grief, he decided to leave Krayan and move to a new area. On his first journey, he arrived a mountain near Longbawan. There, he found a cave that he deemed suitable for temporary residence. However, due to its strategic location, he decided to turn to the cave into his permanent home and fortress. From this cave, Yupai Samarin built stone steps leading to the cliffs of the Bawan River. Because his strides were larger than those of ordinary humans, the steps were extremely steep and challenging for others to climb. Yupai Samarin loved to sit in front of the cave and play the flute during full moon nights. The sound of his flute could be heard across the entire Krayan region. He found the place ideal as it provides protection and a vantage point to spot potential enemies. Yupai Samarin was also known for his magical ability to become invisible. Because of his remarkable abilities, many in the surrounding community sought to make him their leader. However, Yupai declined and chose to remain secluded in his cave, making him difficult to approach. And the name of Yupai cave is Lepo Batu, is that made from stone. And despite his strength, Yupai Samarin was not a man of firm resolves. One morning, while bathing in the river, he found a rattan bracelet that had floated downstream and got stuck on the river bank. Initially, he thought the bracelet belonged to a human, but when he tried it on his foot, he discovered it was loose. This led him to believe it must belong to someone even larger and more powerful than himself. What he didn't know was that the bracelet was not a foot ornament but a piece of rattan used to making bubu. Bubu is like for catch a fish, and this sight unsettled him, haunting him day after day. His interrupted journey, he brought several family members and followers along, traveling through various villages in the Ulu Padas and Ulu Trusan regions. Their journey ended in Longpasia, where remnants of their presence were discovered, including stones where Yupai rested and carving on rocks, including stone where Yupai rested and carving on rocks. These carvings made by Yupai Samarin, known as Arit, Erit, are historical relics that remain visible today. Look at Sungai Matang in Ulu Padas. Yupai used his magical powers to carve the carvings, to carve Yupai used his magical powers to carve various images. According to folklore, he was unable to finish the carving due to the arrival of enemies, forcing him to flood the carving known as Arit Linawa and Ari Pawad, were said to the tributes to his late wife. This rock carving can still be seen at Batu Inarit in Sungai Matang, Ulu Padas. Eventually, Yupai Smaring decided to migrate to the Bang Pedian region, which is known as Brunei. In Brunei, his legend proceeds, but under a different name, Awang Semaun. When Yupai arrived in Bang Pedian, the first king of Brunei was so impressed by his strength and abilities that he made him his son-in-law. In Krayan, some elders still believe that one day a representative of Brunei's royal family will visit Yupai's descendants in Longbawan. After spending a long time in Bang Pedian, Yupai Semaring had a conflict with the king of Brunei. He eventually left Bang Pedian or Brunei and set sail across the South China Sea, possibly still longing for his late wife. This legend is supported by cultural similarities with indigenous tribes in Taiwan. It is said that on the mountain in Longbawan, the sound of Yupai Semaring's flute can still be heard at night. Sometimes flames can be seen in the cave area, along with sound resembling